Hey, what's up, everybody? I am excited about this conversation on tonight. We got our friend and brother, Mr. Nick Graves, on the Conversation podcast, and we're about to have this conversation about faith, fitness, and politics. Brother Nick Graves, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good down there, man. It's a blessing just to be here. Thank you for having me.
Man, anytime. We do appreciate you, agreeing to it, man. I didn't think we was gonna be able to get you. I had a conversation with Felicia. I'm like, man, you think we'll make this happen? And she's like, well, you only gotta do is ask. But I know that you are a busy person, man. So I do understand. If you couldn't come at this particular time, man. So how's your day been?
My day has been good. Busy day, as you know. Went to a kickoff of a dear friend of mine, the campaign. She's running for alderman as well as myself. And went to church, did some churching, interacted with the kids. Worked out, as y'all know, I worked out, and I have to do that. So that's
Man,
imperative to me. But other than that, the day has been peaches and cream.
that's what's up, man. So tell us a little about who Nick Graves is.
Who is Nick Graves? Nick Graves is first a believer and a follower of Jesus Christ. I got to put that on the front line first.
That's what's up.
God is more important than bread and water, more important than food because he made it. So he's more important.
Absolutely.
He's my all in all. I am a father. I take pride in being a father. I believe that's one of the greatest things that God has gifted me with. I got four lovely kids. I am pastor too, associate pastor. I've been in the ministry since 2009.
Wow.
I love ministry. I love serving people. I love making an impact and making a difference in people's life and letting them know that if God can change me with the willingness of myself, that God can change you too, anyone that has a desire
Absolutely.
to change. And I'm a personal trainer too, y'all, in fitness. Everybody knows me as, some people may know me as Nick Graves, but people know me now as the lifting preacher. I preach health. I preach health because it's very imperative that you keep your body in shape. And if it's out of shape, we can get it back in shape. On the back end now, I can say I'm a politician, man. Running for Ward 2 Alderman. I'm not going to get into that yet. I just wait for Brother Darnell to put everything out on the table. But who I am is who I am. I am Nicholas D. Graves Sr. I am a man of integrity. I am a resilient man. I know how it feels to be on the bottom, on the ground.
Man.
I know how it feels to be without. But I also know how now it feels to be on top.
Man, I like that. I like that. So you say you're a father of four children?
Four, yeah.
What are the ages?
My oldest son will be 19 this year in September, so next month. 15 for my baby boy, 10 for my oldest girl, and 6 for my baby girl.
Man.
4 years apart.
4 years apart. All of them?
4 years apart. I didn't set it that way, man. It wasn't my plan. God did. A little bit help from me.
Man, like I said, we do appreciate you coming on the show and being part of this conversation. And what initiated the reach out was, I've been knowing you for quite some time now. And following your life, the consistency of your life, the impact that you are having among everybody that you come in contact with. I mean, from the old to the very young. I mean, God has definitely gifted you that energy, right, that charisma, that when you walk into a room, that you catch people's attention. Yeah. So, like the part of the conversation is about faith, fitness, and politics. Right. So you had made mention about how God changed your life, and when you testify to people, you let them know, like, hey, if he can change me, he can change you. So what started your journey? Where did you come from that led you up to this point?
So I guess we're getting on faith right now, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
if I would say this, I always go to Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. Um, man, I tell you what, man, I was an alcoholic, man, by the age of 12.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that, but I share this everywhere I go. I was alcoholic. I started drinking at the age of 9, and an alcoholic by the age of 12. My life evolved around drinking. I mean, just involved around that. I come from a family of alcoholics.
Wow.
So the curse was upon my family. And for years, that's all I could think about. I woke up and drunk. I went to sleep and drunk. I even believe I drunk in my dreams, man. It was almost like, man, they said that people that's on the boat, that's in the Navy, they drink a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I could have been in the Navy because I so drunk a lot. Drunk so much I could swim in it. That's how much I
Man.
drunk. But man, I can tell you this. I had I knew that I had a calling on my life, man. I never forget living in South 17th, man, and God was always visiting me. I was like Joseph. It was dreams that he came to me, man, and he spoke to me, and things came to pass that I seen in my dream. I didn't realize exactly what it was until one day I told my mother that something was going to happen, and it happened. And I told her, she said, boy, you just were lucky. And I will never forget, and I share this with everybody, man. Everybody knows this story. I never forget, I was so drunk, man. I was so drunk. I was driving, going back to Milan on the back road. I don't know this back road that people know about. You. If you make a right, it'll take you into Gibson, and then you make a left, you'll go out by Miracle Revival. Then you make another right, it's a store right there.
I know where it's at. I know exactly where it's at.
Okay. So when you're on that back road, there's a stop sign. We still in Humboldt. There's a stop sign that you can make that left and it take you back to the highway in Trenton. I guess that can be considered Fruitland or something. Or you can make that right and it's going to take you on down. Man, I travel this road, man. The back roads when you're drunk. Everybody goes to the back roads when you're drunk.
Yep.
And man, I traveled that road, man, and I never forget. I forgot that it was a stop sign at the end. Well, probably didn't forget. I was too drunk to realize it.
Oh, well.
Man, I seen the stop sign, man, and I smashed on the brakes. And we already know what happens. It's too much heat, and the brakes gonna come back.
Yeah.
And I went into a slid, man, and I went into the ditch.
Oh, wow.
There was a little lake or a little pond right there. It was a light pole or cable pole, probably about 10 inches away from where my car was at. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. I said, man, I already had a DUI before. I didn't supposed to be driving anyway. Man, listen, my tires. I was in the ditch and one of the back tires was off the pavement.
Oh, wow.
So that means you can't get no traction.
Right.
I was in an Alero. I never forget. It's a 2-tone Alero. My mama gave me the car. And the first thing that I thought, I said, man, I'm going to jail. I said, man, I'm going to jail, man. I said, I'm going to jail. I got out the car and I tried to put the mats in the ditch part so it'd give the front tire a little bit of friction.
Yeah.
To get out, a little traction. Spit it out. I said, Lord. A car came by and this white man said, need some help? I was like, no, I'm gonna call the record. They're on their way. My heart, and it's crazy that my heart beating fast now. My heart was beating so fast, man. I tried to get in the ditch and push the car out. Couldn't push it out. I remember praying, man. Never prayed a day in my life. Never prayed a day in my life. I was, at that time, I think I was about 20, 19 or somewhere in there. And I remember, I said, God, please, get me out of this. I got, man, back in that ditch. I felt a cool breeze hit me from the right side of my hip. I put 2 fingers on the car, and the car began to come up out the ditch, rolling out the ditch. And in enough time for me to get back in the car and put the car in drive.
Oh wow.
Man, that was God.
Yes, it was.
That was God.
From that moment on, now I didn't straighten all the way up, but that moment on, I knew there was a God.
There was a process after
There was
that.
a process. He made himself real to me.
Yeah.
In that moment. I didn't go to jail, but I kid you not, the police officer, I never say his name. But I'm gonna say his name, Rowan Hudson. He said, man, where you at last night? Now I still had dirt all up on the car under. He said, man, you was on that back road, wasn't you? Man, how you know? Don't worry about it. I know it. I know you was up there. And man, at that moment, man, I knew it was a God. I knew it was a God. Brother, not only did I know it was a God, but I kept drinking. I didn't stop. I kept drinking. And that lets me know that God is a God. His grace is sufficient.
Definitely.
It's unlimited. Fast forward, man, 2009. I began to go into ministry, man. And I'm gonna tell you just like this, when God he won't stop tugging on you, man.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, he tugged so much. I said, man, I have to give this up. I'll never forget. It's like it was yesterday. Man, I start going to church. I started reading the word. I started seeking God. I'll never forget, man, I was on the right path. I still didn't have no license, though. I still was riding with no license, man. I'll never forget, I got a phone call, and it was a couple friends of mine. They said, hey, man, your cousin, man, she having a card game, man. You want to go? I said, no, I don't want to go. And they called back. I said, you want to go? I said, man, you know I ain't going to do no drinking. They were like, all right. Man, check this out. A week before that, I had a dream, man, that I was in jail.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
A week before that, I had a dream that I was in jail, man. And I said, man, I'm going to jail for I'm doing everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But check this out, though, man. I didn't have no license. I go pick them up. We driving on the back road. The back road I always went down. And by the, it was 2 stop signs. And normally you stop at the second stop sign because you can't see the road.
Yeah.
I never forget. They said, man, the police behind you. I'm like, what? I ain't do nothing. I never forget Trooper Clark. I still remember, man. Black guy, bald head, swole. I still remember. And he said, man, you ran that stop sign. Man, we don't never stop there. He said, man, pull on up on the road. Light came on. I said, man, these licenses ain't no good. and listen, and this is the thing. When I gave my license, I knew they wasn't no good. Mm-hmm. It takes a little bit of time for them to come back.
Yeah. I've been there before.
Yeah, a little bit of time. Just sit still. They step on out.
Right.
I knew what time it was, but it was like God had already prepared me for it. Mm-hmm. And man, and when I got there, the lady said, Nick, you want to, she knew. She said, Nick, you want to make a call? I said, no, I just sit there, man. I didn't make no calls or nothing, man. I just said, hey. And I said, man, God, he already told me. I knew it.
Right.
So, man, my mom, she was staying in East Tennessee. The lady came in there and said, yeah, your mom want to talk to you. They got word to her. She said, you all right? I said, I'm fine. She said, well, what you need to do? I got to pay this fine out, man, with these licenses the DUI had way back when you were here. and she sent me the money, man, and the rest is history, man. God has really, man, been blessing me abundantly. when I understand what he said, present your body as a living sacrifice, acceptable and holy, which is your reasonable service. I realize that now. So the transition, man, of just allowing God to be God.
Yeah.
Stand still and know that I am God. I've learned to treat people not the way that they treat me, but treat people the way that I want to be treated. That's one of the golden rules that I go by. Not allowing what people do to me dictate my next move.
That's a good one.
So I want to treat people how God treats me, how Christ treats me.
Right.
When he was upon the cross and when he said, Father, forgive them. They know not what they do. And I've come to terms is that people actually don't know who I am. Now, put it this way. They don't know whose I am.
Right.
So when they treat me a certain way, I'm like Christ upon the cross. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they doing. They don't know who they messing with. They don't know who I belong to.
Right.
So my main thing is, man, they may not never see church. They may not never read the Bible. But I want to be the closest thing to church, the closest thing to the Bible that they see and hear.
Man, that's good. That's good. You know, I'm listening to your story, and you were saying that that you was an alcoholic, and you was talking about the steps and that you made to where you are right now. So this is what I want to know, like, because I was thinking while you was talking, what led you at age 9 to pick up a bottle? Like, what was thought going through your mind? Because I'm thinking about myself at age 9. Don't laugh at me, y'all. I was still playing. Well, this is the 80s.
So you still
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm finna tell you what I was playing with.
Army man.
Yeah, the little green army man.
Look, you going back to bottom with the figures.
Right.
I was playing
And knocking them
with
over. Boom, there we go. Yeah, I was a He-Man type of person too. You remember He-Man, the action figure? Yeah, I was playing all that day. So I want to know, like, what a 9-year-old, what was going through your mind at that point?
My mother, for a long time, it just was me and my mother. And that's all I knew. I had a stepdad. My stepdad was the first person to introduce me to alcohol. So, you know, I couldn't get alcohol in myself at the age of 9.
Right.
Of course, at the age of 9, I wasn't even thinking about alcohol. The only thing that I was thinking about at the age of 9 was flag football and stuff of that sort. But at age 9, I was exposed to it by him. I remember the can. It was Budweiser, the King of Beers.
Ooh.
Wow.
I remember. They called it horse pee. I didn't like the way that it tasted. But because I seen him and his friends doing it,
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, this is what I'm supposed to do," and I grew accustomed to the taste.
Right.
So it became something that, hey, I'm gonna give him a little bit here and a little bit there. And like I said, over the years, it went from it went from beer, it went from Seagram 7 Crown, it went from gin, it went from Hennessy, and all the other sorts. I was in middle school getting drunk.
Oh wow.
High school getting drunk. And this is the thing about it. A long story short, I had a conversation with him. And I said, man, you know what? I believe that I would have been better off if you never gave me that beer. I said, you don't know the damage that it caused me.
Yeah.
And I had to stop him. I said, just hear me out. We had this conversation probably over 8 years ago. I said, hear me out, man. I said, because you look at it. I said, man, you was somebody that I looked up to. You was the closest thing to the Father that I ever have. So whatever I seen you do, or whatever you gave me, I was going to take. And I was going to mimic you.
Yeah.
But this is the thing what I always tell people. If there's a drug dealer, what's the backstory on him?
Yeah.
Right.
If there's a person that is addicted to cocaine and drugs, what's the backstory? If there's a prostitute, what's the backstory?
What's the backstory?
Because it's some history history that
Right.
led them up to
Right.
this point.
Right.
Right.
If there's a whoremonger, what's the backstory?
Yeah.
It's something.
Right.
It's something that happened that made you do this, or something that was lacking
Right.
that made you do this. A woman is sleeping with each and every other man. What's the backstory? Because you weren't born that way.
No, you
Yep.
wasn't.
Nope.
You
Sure
didn't make
was.
up in your mind when you woke up, and this is something that I want to do.
Right.
So I asked him, I said, where was your father? See, I got to know the backstory. What led you to giving this to me?
Right.
Well, you know what? I didn't have a father. I had a guy that my mom was talking to, and he gave this to me. There it is.
So there you go.
I understand. I no longer was mad at him no more, because the only thing that you was doing was what you was talking.
What you was talking.
seen.
And you know what? It's so glad you said that, because I my friend Chrissy asked me a question. She was like, "Why are you so forgiving? Why are you so understanding?" I said, "When you understand people's lives, you can offer so much grace to them. And a lot of times we don't try to understand that that next person is just as human as we are. You know, and to hear that backstory, he was only repeating. And to me, this is my opinion, a generated curse is usually generational trauma that been passed down from one generation to another. Like, there's a story about the woman who was cutting the ham, and she put it in a small pan, and her daughter did the same thing.
Right.
And she asked her mama, "Why you do it?" She said, "Well, my mama did it."
That's right.
She went to her grandma and said, "Well, why did you do it?" She said, "Well, I couldn't afford a big enough pan, so I just had to cut the back of the ham off to fit it to cook it."
Yeah.
So that those lessons that was taught a long time ago just keep being passed down, and nobody asked a question. None whatsoever. And I just wanted to hear this story. Like, man, what caused you to drink at age 9? What percent of that? And when you was talking about the influence,
Yeah, the influence.
as a kid, man, I remember, this is for real. My daddy worked at the packing house in Florida. Just packing, he made up supervisor and stuff like that. And I wanted to be just like that man so bad. I mimic his walk.
Yeah.
He was country, so he didn't say orange. He said orange. I started saying orange. You know what I'm saying? I started doing that because he was my role model.
That's right.
He got a Jerry curl.
So you wanted your Jerry
Yeah, I want to be just like W.S. Williams. That's my pops. You know what I'm saying? I mimic him because that was dad.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, because I want them to hear, since you mentioned it, hey, this is where I came from. This is what I did, man. And wow. So what was, after y'all had that conversation, like, what was the feeling?
It was a conversation that I only could have with him when I was in Christ. Because if I would have had a conversation with him that was flesh and not spiritual, it would have been, I would have came out very aggressive. But I believe that God always has a time for everything that he does. And he knew the perfect time, man. We had, matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you when we had this conversation. My mom died 11 years ago in 14. We had this conversation when his aunt died. And it was one of those things where it was a release. There was something that I had to tell him so I could forgive him, because I was holding on for so long. But the way that how his level of respect for me now, then when I was talking to him, he wasn't upset.
Yeah.
But he understood, as me being a man and him being a man. He said, "Son, I didn't know you felt that way. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that to you." And it was a release. Our relationship is totally different now. He calls me, I call him, and we talk. And he begins to be apologetic a little bit more. And I tell him, "Hey man, it's cool. It's cool now. We cool. We cool now. We cool now. I understand you. I understand the reason that you done and what you done, because you didn't find no wrong in it. Because this is what you seen."
Right.
And I got a brother, which is my half brother, because it's his son. We share the same mother. And I said, "You know what? I can't say he was showing favoritism, because he treated my brother the same way. he just was going off of instincts and what he knew and what he saw. That's it.
Right. Right.
But man, it was so rejuvenating. It was so refreshing. It was man, it was a fresh wind. It was a load lifted off, man. And there was the first time that I hugged him and he hugged me, that it was sincere.
Wow.
That it was really love.
Wow.
And man, when we done it, I said, man, listen, man, I've been missing this all these years. And now I got that true embrace, that true love from this man that he probably never knew that he even had inside of him. But it was all God. It wasn't me. It wasn't Nick. It was all God.
Right.
That led it up to that moment. It was all God, man. That we are able to connect the way that we are able to connect in spite of the trauma.
Right.
Despite of the discord with one another. Despite of, because I didn't like him for a long time. But the way that God works, and I'm a firm believer that when he said that all things work together for the good for those who love the Lord has been called accordingly.
Hold on, you about to make me have church right now. Hold up. I start feeling something. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Man, God, there's so many questions going through my mind right now. I'm sorry. I know you probably got like a million questions too. But let me ask this though. Okay, so when you talk to I'm gonna call him your father.
Yeah.
Because you said that's the closest thing to a dad that you had, right? Now you're a father.
Yeah.
And when you was able to talk to him after your life and made all these changes and, still was evolving during that time, as a father, that experience, how did it affect you? And how is that situation helping you with raising your kids?
This generational curse that trickled down from him to me. As I spoke behind the scenes before the camera even started rolling. I said this, that I want to be to my kids what I want my father to be to me. That experience, childhood, it taught me something. I never wanted my kids to feel the way that I feel. Left out, neglected.
Right.
Not loved, feeling like an outcast, not wanted. A lot of times I believe that kids go through life and they feel that they don't got nobody there, that they're not appreciated, that they're not valued.
Right.
I said that I never wanted my kids to feel that way.
Yeah.
Though as a father, I may not get everything right because I learn and I grow each day. But I didn't want to shortchange them or give them the short end of the stick.
Right.
Like I got. I wanted my kids to know who I am. Not just financially,
Yes.
but I wanted them to know who I am on the spiritual level, on the physical level, on the mental level, and the emotional state. I wanted to be there in all facets. That tell them no matter what, I'm still gonna be there for you. You may mess up,
Right.
but at the end of the day, if you need me, I'm there. And I relay that message. I believe that their mothers can attest to that. That no matter if I may not be with you,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm always a call away, a text away. I'm always reachable any time of the day, and that shaped me. I would never give my kids any mind-altering drug because I know what it done to me.
Yeah.
Right.
You looking at was an All-American football player, baseball player, a man that had all the book sense in the world. That didn't finish high school, sold a little drugs here and there, but woke up one day and said, I remember, man. I said, man, I need to do something different, man. Man, I heard Miss Linda Jones on Job Corps, man, on the radio.
You remember?
Man,
No, I don't remember. Linda.
you know Miss Linda Jones?
I heard her voice for 95.7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Job Corps.
Yeah.
Man, listen, I heard that back in 2003, man. I went down there to Pine Knot, Kentucky. in the fires, man. And I obtained. I didn't study for the GED course. I obtained the GED. I obtained a high school diploma, and I also obtained. I took a course, man. I was a certified pre-apprentice, which means I did commercial and industrial painting. I know how to, something like a carpenter, man. I know how to sheetrock, I know how to paint, and how to drywall, and all those things, man.
So wait, so you actually are what they call a jack of all trades?
Cut hair,
You cut hair?
graphic designer.
Man, look at
He
this.
wear many
Man,
hats.
yeah.
Because I'm sitting here, like Darnell said, yeah, I got questions and some things that come to my mind, but I'm going to say this what I'm getting. You call yourself the lifting preacher, right? So what I'm taking from that, God, he came in and he lifted you up out of a lot of situations in your life. Okay, and this is going to go into the fitness aspect. Okay, now you are a preacher.
Yeah.
And then you're into fitness because you are a trainer as well, correct?
Right.
So what I'm taking from this, okay, not only are you lifting people up spiritually,
Yeah.
emotionally, and you're also far as with self-esteem. Because when it comes down to you training, you transforming your body.
That's right.
You know, also you transforming your mind, your way of thinking.
That's right.
You transforming your spirit.
Absolutely.
And you are playing a major part in that for somebody.
Right.
I love your transparency.
Yes.
Because guess what? You know, in you going down the path that you're currently going down, you already know there's always people that's trying to pull you down.
Right.
And, you know, they want to look at the negative side of who you used to be.
That's right.
And they want to put that out there to make people change their mind and view you differently. So I love the fact that you're covering all your bases to let everybody know you're human.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you're relatable. Because there's people out there that have either been in your shoes or there right now.
That's right.
And so you're showing them that, you know, you have you are a living testimony.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Because like I said, I could have been dead and gone,
right.
but Lord, you let me live on.
Oh, yes.
You know, so that's what I'm taking from that. And I love the fact because on our podcast, we talk about growing up, you know, in single parent households.
Right.
And there's a lot of people that are in that space right now have been there. And I love the fact that, see, you could have been like so many men, but like, well, you know, I didn't have a father. I don't know how to be one. But the way you felt,
Yeah.
you took that into a positive, you know what I'm saying, direction.
That's right.
Yes, you went through your trials and your tribulations, but your children, they get to know what it feels like to have a father present.
Right.
You know, and that's what I love, the fact that you're being an example to some of these young men who might be newly fathers who didn't have one. You let them know you don't have to use that excuse that I didn't have a father, so I can't be there for my child. I can't be one.
Yeah.
You know, you took care of your responsibilities and you faced your fears, because there's really not a handbook on being a parent. Yeah, people write books
Yeah.
about, you know, parenthood, but okay, each person has a different child.
Situation. Yeah.
Just like when we were talking and we about loving your children.
That's right.
How parents say, oh, I love them all the same, because that's a question that I've always asked people. Well, I'll ask, who's your favorite? And they'll say, well, I don't have a favorite. But they'll be like, oh, I love them all just the same. And you have been so real.
Yeah.
Because you gave me an answer that I never heard before.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard parents say, well, in having more than one child, each child is different. And, you know, sometimes you may get just like, well, mama or daddy, they love such and such more than they love me. Not looking at the big picture that, well, maybe they know you are independent. Maybe they see a leader in you and that you don't need nobody to push you. But this one right here may need someone to push them out of their comfort zone or help lead them.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I love how you answered that when we were having the conversation.
How did you say that? What was your phrase?
So,
You talking about with kids?
When you talking about your kids, how you love them? I forgot how you said it because I was working and trying to get things together.
he was talking about how you love people differently. I love how you did.
Yeah.
Because it's still love.
Yeah. Still love.
Okay, I like that. I'm gonna steal that. It's okay with you?
So I like how he put
You
it.
love. Like Schwartz was saying, I told him, I said, I have 4 children. I can't say that I love them the same, but I love them differently. The reason that I love them differently, you got to look at the love languages.
Right. I love how you put
Yeah.
that. That was beautiful.
You have to look at it that way.
Right.
They're different individuals.
Right.
They're different. They all deserve to be loved differently.
Right.
I may love this child in word. I may love this child in deed.
Right.
It's just different. I gotta figure out whatever their love like. That's how I'm gonna love them. And as I was telling Miss Woods, I was telling her, it even goes from the aspect of this. I could have been married for 10 years, and me and this woman don't work out. And I may have loved her because she like gifts. That's her language.
Right.
But when I get with this next woman, I can be loving her, but not loving her correctly. What I'm saying is this: I can be trying to love her like I love my ex.
Because the language is different for each
It's
person.
different.
Gotcha.
She
Gotcha.
just
That sound like a
wanted
sermon
gifts.
to me.
She wanted quality time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give a person gift that desires quality
Right.
time.
Right.
That's good.
I don't want your money, Nick. I just want your time.
That's a good perspective.
You know-
I never looked at it like that.
You know, but you can take that, like I said, that could be a sermon because
He already preaching.
he's preaching. He's preaching because, I mean, if you think about it, that's how God is with us because he meet us where we are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
You know, I never looked at it from that perspective. Now you gave me a different lens to look at it through. And now it makes so much sense because I raised two kids that wasn't biologically mine. And I do not show them any difference. Like, when I'm talking about difference, I'm like, oh, you ain't mine biologically. I claim them like, hey, yo, you my son, you my daughter, and all this type of stuff. And I thought I was doing certain things right because how I was raised. I'm a pew baby. Being raised in church all my life. Not saying I ain't do no dirt. Nah, I ain't gonna say I don't want nobody to think because people think because you raised in church that you ain't never done anything.
Those are the worst ones. They
That's
put
what
in-
I think we get that label because
Put in-
yeah. So
yeah.
but I saw it and I said I saw it. I'm so old. I sat there and I thought about it and I called my baby girl and I said, hey, can we talk? And she like, what do I do now? Because you want to have that conversation with her,
She's done something.
She done, yeah. And then what I did was, when I look at since you're talking, I was trying to handle her and Marlon the same way. And they had two different needs, two different perspectives. And I know my baby, she likes physical attention. She like to coddle and touch and while she doing that, she want you to have long conversations with her. And when she was growing up, when she was a baby, I would hold her, you know what I'm saying? And talk to her, express how much I love. When she got older, like, girl, go just sit down somewhere. And she really wanted to be close to her father, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even though like now her closeness, proximity is different, she still like to have that long conversation.
Yeah.
I apologized to her. I said, I thought I was doing right. I thought I was, becoming a great provider because she thought I was rich. That's how much I provided. She didn't know we were struggling. Like we were, she we were poor. She knew I wasn't at home a lot because during that particular time, I had 3 full-time jobs. I had working 8 hours a week with 2 jobs and 32 hours on the weekend. And I was doing it. But now that you said what you said, it gave me a perspective because I was trying to love them the same and they needed something different. And so like it just cleared something up for me. That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, I love how he put that in perspective.
First time I met Nick was at Planet Fitness. That's when I was starting the process. No one knew I had got up to about 400 pounds. This is somebody who went from 150 to about almost 400 pounds. So when I talk about depression and what it looked like, I'm a testimony, about that. Being in bad connections and things like that, connecting with the wrong people, and it messed with your mental. I went straight from a complete church world to a complete street. That's how it went. And those two worlds, when they say they don't mix, they don't mix.
You was trying to merge those worlds.
Man, I really was. Both. Yeah, I was.
One foot in, one foot out, right?
No, I stopped going to church from about that time. You know, I really, because church folk can be something else. I'm gonna say it right there, but
Judgmental.
judgmental, callous at times. But I learned there's a difference between the children of God and religious people.
Come on, Doc. Yes, sir.
That's too complete.
It is because I feel like when you really love the Lord and you're a child of God, no matter what's going on with someone, you still gonna love them, and again, you gotta meet them where they are.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You know.
But let me tell you about this guy at Planet Fitness. So I'm on a treadmill, whatever, and I don't know what made him come over to talk to me. I was like huffing and puffing, could barely breathe. And he came over and said, "Doc, you doing good." I'm like, "Thank you." I ain't know what to say.
That's all you could say.
Yeah.
That's all you get out.
But when I tell you, like, I was showing up there every day because they had nothing new. Showing up every day, putting in the work, and every time he see me, he would come shake my hand, and like, "Man, you doing good, man. I see you," and he would give me little pointers here and there about what I need to do and things like that. Right? Have you always been in fitness?
I haven't always been in fitness. I've always been athletic.
Gotcha. So what's the difference for those who don't understand?
See, this is the thing about it is, when we say athletic, that means that I play sports. Normally, if you are playing sports in any athleticism, they'll put you through workouts, keep you physically fit to perform the duty of the sport. Now, when we talk about fitness, see, I can be athletic and eat whatever I want to eat.
Right.
See, when I was playing sports, they never really just told me what to eat. Just told me to lift weights, run, to perform. But when you in fitness, understand fitness, it's not a race, it's a marathon. See, athleticism and athletes, they're racers. They race to the finish line to win. And you got to understand that the game will soon be over.
Right.
In sports.
Right.
There's an ending.
Right.
There's 4 quarters. In basketball, there's 4 quarters in football.
Right.
There's 9 innings in baseball.
Right.
So the game has to end. It's the battle of the fittest to the end. Athletes. But fitness, it's not a race, it's a marathon. It's a continuously act because this involves not only the physical aspect, but it involves what you put in your body, which is food. You eat to live, not live to eat.
Right.
Right.
I always tell people that I eat in small increments. What I do is I eat 5 to 6 times a day when normally people eat 3 times a day.
Right.
Food was designed, when you consume it, it turns into energy. I always tell people this: you put gas in the car,
Right.
for the car to run.
Right.
You put food in your body
So I can run.
for the body to run,
Right.
for the body to live.
Right.
But what happens to us is we put all the wrong food in our body. Food, again, never supposed to make you sleepy. Food never supposed to make you bloat where you get so big that you gotta unbutton your pants just to relax and lean back a little bit after eating at buffet all day long. So I said this on the last podcast. I told people this. I said that you don't need to back away from the table.
Right.
You need to watch what you put on the table.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
That make a whole lot of sense.
So
Yeah.
how long?
Don't back away. Just watch what you put on.
So how long have you been a trainer?
It's been going on 10 years now since I've been in this fitness industry. I am a tough but yet blunt. I'm tough but yet blunt.
I got you.
I don't sugarcoat anything. I give you raw truth. See, I don't deal with excuses. A lot of us got excuses.
Oh yes.
Right. We do.
I have excuses.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not consistent. Look at
So my thing about it is, if I call myself the Suge Knight of fitness, man.
Oh boy. Okay,
You know, Suge, man.
Right. He didn't play.
He wasn't like P. Diddy now.
No.
Nah, Suge was straightforward. He meant business.
Yes,
I
he
mean
did.
business about this because in fitness, man, so many people get caught up on the external and the way you look.
True.
No, it ain't about the way you look. It's about the way you feel.
Right.
Right.
Because it's a lot of people that walk around that you think healthy. It ain't healthy.
That's true.
Yep.
That's
It
that.
is very
It all,
true.
Doc.
We just talked about that
Yep.
not too long
Because
ago.
I got a couple relatives who are way smaller than me, and when I tell you they got clogged arteries, I mean they got blood pressure issues,
Diabetics.
yeah, diabetics. I'm like, how you got high sugar? You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking because they're smaller, that they're healthy,
Right.
more healthier than me. I'm gonna say that. Well, let me say this before we go. This is funny. I had to go for a heart checkup, whatever, because that's we just discovered this, and I was wondering why I was feeling some type of way, not realizing my younger brother was feeling some type of way. Right, I've been feeling this way since my early 20s. Heart would just go crazy. Anyway, old Asian lady. They was checking out my heart and stuff like that, trying to make sure that I wasn't congested in there. And this is what she said to me. You know, when old people say stuff, you can't get too mad too quick.
So you
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
they're very blunt.
Mine, she gonna say, "Oh, Mr. Tate, for a big man, your heart is clear." I was like, what? And I just feel like laughing. You know, I was like, she old, so yeah.
Right.
And yeah, and she was like, I can't believe that person of your size, your heart is not.
Good heart.
Yeah. Now I don't eat as healthy as I should, but one thing my mom instilled in us was to make sure that we eat a whole lot of fiber.
Right.
Fiber, yes.
Yes, and she picks on me because I'm always in the bathroom. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know a lot, but that fiber keeps things
Bow.
right.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah.
it moving.
Keeps it moving, man.
Right.
Yeah, it does. Digestive. If the digestive tract
Right.
clean, it flushes it out.
It
the
does.
blood. You can tell when you don't have a lot of fiber in it because you don't have no movement.
Right. Right.
You gotta eat that asparagus. You gotta eat greens, man. It's a whole lot of things. That oatmeal has a lot of fiber in it, man.
Yeah.
You know, oats, they're the fiber, man. So it's as long as you're getting, I put it this way, if you get a green in every meal, if you get a green in about 2 meals, if you eat a green every day, you good because greens got fiber in it.
Right.
Gotcha. So this is what I want to talk about. Just a couple of weeks ago, and I never thought this would be something you would do.
Yeah.
Now, but let me backtrack. You passed the church,
Did?
and the Lord spoke to you to close the church, you know, and you moved on. You're in a good place with Bishop. I can't think his last name right now. Bishop Jackson, wonderful man.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful guy, down to earth guy. But I always thought, like, you know, if you did something, you would. You know, when I found out, because I told you earlier that I didn't know you had closed your church until I started going to Bishop Jackson Church. But I thought maybe, like, you know, because you're a good preacher, good person, down to earth, that you will start a church again, open up another one. But here you are, running for alderman in Humboldt, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Man, what led you to throw your head into politics? I got to know, because it's an ugly race. Politics is ugly.
It's very ugly.
Not because politics itself is ugly.
It's the people.
It's the
that's in it.
people. You know what I'm saying? So what made you do it? I got to hear this story.
Politics. Hey, y'all, Humboldt, Tennessee. Ward 2 Alderman. November the 4th. That's the day. Make sure you cast in your vote. I got to throw that out there. Also, early voting between October the 14th to October the 29th. Last time that you can register vote, I believe it's October the 9th. So y'all make sure that y'all sign up for that. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. But back to your question. What made me get into politics from pastor to politics?
I got to hear this.
Preaching to politics.
Got to hear
How
this.
do they mix?
Please share that with us.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Man, I tell you what, it was a person that came to me about 4 years ago. They was tugging on me hard, man. Nick, man, you need to do this, man. You need to. I didn't understand. I'm like, man, I ain't got time. I'm pastoring the church, kids, business, this, that, and the third. No. So a person came to me again, a couple people, and I said, man, I gotta pray about it. Everything that I do, I take to God in prayer and see what God wants to do. If it's not my will, but thy will be done, and see if that's what he wants me to do. Because I believe that God will never tell you to do something that he hasn't already made plans
Right.
for you, before you.
Right.
Man, I prayed about it, but as I was praying daily, seeking God's face about this certain situation, decision that I have to make, I began to just look at certain things in Humboldt, things that have changed, the infrastructure of things, the way that people are living, the division. And I was like, man, something has to be done. You know,
Absolutely.
I was even watching some of the board meetings, man, and how much of a circus show that it was.
Bro.
And I was like, man, it's no unity, man. So much division, man. We can't come to agreements on things. And about a week later, man, God, he gave me the answer, and I said, well, let me go on and go to Trenton. Get my paperwork. Start letting people sign these petitions. Because what I want to be, man, I was telling people that it's 5 wards in Humboldt, but it's 5 wards, yet one Humboldt.
Right.
Many members,
Right.
yet
Right.
One body.
Right.
But the thing about it is my people, which I call by my name. Well, Humboldt, I mean, God will begin to show me so many things. He said, you can make the difference. I'm going to start with you. You is what's going to bring everybody together. So I'm going to put you in a place to make it happen. Though you may not even feel qualified, but I'm going to qualify you. And that's what God does. He'll use the foolish things of this world
To confound.
to confound.
That's it.
Why? What people make and see is nothing. God said, "No, I want you. I feel like Moses. I feel like Moses, and I don't need Aaron because God has sent me.
Gotcha.
He gonna speak for me. You know what I mean, brother? So that is, I feel like a young Moses going to a place that God has sent me to. I feel like Abram before his name was changed to Abraham. And God has told me to leave here, to go here. Though I may not even understand it, but God, I trust you.
Yeah.
Sometimes, God, I can't trace you, but I trust you.
Yeah.
Because my faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of
Evidence.
things not
Yes,
yet
sir.
seen. I believe what you done told me, for I know the plans. Yeah. So I'm believing that, man. I'm walking on faith. I'm walking on God's word in this political field. And like again, man, I'm just believing in God in this, man.
Man.
There's a change that has to take place in Humboldt, Tennessee.
is.
They have
There's
to.
a great awakening
Oh,
that is
yes.
about to happen in Humboldt, Tennessee, where the blacks, where the whites, where the Chinese, where the
Right.
Hispanics, where the others are going to begin to come back together. No matter the race, no matter the creed, no matter the ethnicity, no matter the sexual preference,
Yeah.
no matter if you're Baptist, no matter if you're Latter-day Saint, no matter if you Church of God of Christ, Presbyterian, Pentecostal, Apostolic, holiness, it doesn't matter.
Right.
But what God has done spoken to me and what he has for me, it is for me. But I truly, honestly believe that God has put me into place as that piece of the puzzle that's been missing, that's going to connect and finish the puzzle that God has already set before. So in this, man, I just want to be a difference maker. I want to be a person that advocates fairness,
Right.
equality, where the black man can eat at the same table as the white man, where the Mexican man can eat at the same table as the black and white man.
Right.
That's what I'm about. For what's done over here can get done over there too.
Absolutely.
I want everybody to eat. I want the whole city of Humboldt to prosper economically.
Right.
I mean, and to operate in unity, in one accord, because Humboldt has not always been the way that it is now.
You're right.
I can say that it hasn't always
No, it
been the
hasn't.
way that it is now. We wanted to. I was speaking to Julie Crenshaw, the one running for. Shout out to Julie, running out for alderman of the 4th ward. And I was speaking to her mother, and we was in a retrospective view, and we was like, you know what? This is the short term goal, because I always do short and long.
Right.
The short-term goal is to get Humboldt back to the place that it was at,
Right.
and to build off that to a place that we want it to be at.
Yeah, make it better. Make it better.
You know what? I mainly grew up in Vero Beach, Florida. I moved up here in 1993. Now, for me, that was a traumatic experience. Come from a whole different culture. Yeah. You know, it was multi-ethnic, and just moving up here, I'm only seeing white and blacks. You know, and but one thing I do remember, and I tell people this when people try to talk about, you know, I live in a small area. I remember Humboldt being a busy city.
Yes.
I mean, just busy. We had about 5 or 6 different banks, not the same one, 5, 6 different. Now, Union Plains had another branch somewhere else, but there was other.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing I was sharing with somebody, I said, when you start seeing banks come in, that means that money is flowing into the city. You know what I'm saying? And saying that, I started learning the history of Humboldt. That really blew my mind, like not too far from my church. You know, far even as Black history was one of the few cities in the South where blacks can go and safely dine in at a restaurant, can safely go in and rent a motel.
Right.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? One of the few cities.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So those type of principles is the foundation of this community. Not saying that we didn't have no issues, you know, but those people's willing
Yeah.
to make it a better place.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And to tear down things that need to be torn down. So when I saw you cast, I'm like, man, because there's a whole lot of gatekeeping that goes on in this city. A lot of small towns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like those who have it, they only want to keep it for themselves.
Yeah.
But what they fail to realize, if the foundation erodes, so goes your wealth.
That's right.
So goes your influence.
That's right.
You know, you won't have a gate to keep it if everything keep crumbling.
That's right.
I heard stories about the crossing.
Oh yeah.
I ride through there because when I hear the stories from like, well, a lot of my aunties and uncles are deceased, the older ones, you know, the first set. That was a busy spot. That was the business spot. Downtown Humboldt was not the spot, from what I was told. It was, the crossing Front Street. Yeah, they had pharmacies.
Come on, man. Yes,
they had barbershops. They had eateries.
Yeah.
I mean, so much.
Yes,
And then my mom told me Amtrak used to pick people up.
That's right.
They used to be able to catch.
Depot.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, what? She's like, yeah.
Buying trade over there, Doc. Yeah.
See what I'm talking about?
So, like I said, me and Mama used to get our hair done up there. You remember Carter's?
Mr. Willie Carter.
Yeah.
We used to get our hair, and then like my grandmother used to get some ribs. What was it, Douglas?
Douglas, yeah, old Douglas.
I remember as a child coming up in Humboldt, you know, you felt safe at the crossing.
Yeah.
At one point, because we used to sit on the crossing and watch cars
Yeah.
pass by.
Ooh,
It
lot
was
of cars.
good times.
Yeah.
When nobody should. We used to go walk around Humboldt. You didn't have to worry about, am I gonna get shot today or what?
See,
We
that
used to
was
go-
her experience.
That's my experience. I grew up in Humboldt.
I told her when I first moved here, I was just walking the street. No, I wasn't scared. I was walking the street. And about 6 individuals did not know who I was. And them jokers jumping, about to jump me. Me and my cousins. My cousin came down from Nashville, man. We took off running. I didn't know where I was running to.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
because they didn't know who you were.
Man.
Because everybody used to
But
know
see, I wasn't
everybody
used to
back
that
then.
because, like, where I come from,
Everybody knew everybody.
no, it wasn't the fact that everybody knew everybody. It was the idea they was more cordial to,
Oh.
yeah. So, like, that was a different spirit and experience for me. You feel me? So she's talking about she walked around city. I was like, oh no, I try to leave.
Because, like, go ahead.
Yeah, I was trying to walk around with my cousin 6, 7 o'clock at night, man. Man, ain't money.
I
Man,
know you, man.
Like, we didn't go through
Dude.
that.
If we know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Man.
Outside the covenant.
Yeah.
man, my family from
They
here.
like going to Memphis. They like going to Memphis, man, on Fraser.
It's just like when it came at Humboldt and Jackson. Like they used to tell us, don't go to the east side, so we wouldn't go no further than we wouldn't go no further than that mall. If you were scared to go.
Oh,
to
see,
the
no,
east side.
my auntie took
That's
us
how it was
over.
back in the day.
When she was shopping at this before it was Styles. What was it called? Looking Good. Yeah, we would hang out over there. Now, the only place we didn't cross was Eastchester.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah,
They
we didn't
told
go
us, they said,
Eastchester.
Don't go.
Or over there
Don't
by
wear
on the other
certain
side of
colors.
Lane College.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
Going
Yeah.
on down there, yeah.
So like, but like I was saying, man, like when I saw you throwing in your hat, because I know there's a lot of gatekeeping to go on both sides of the fence. You know, and it is really sad. But I felt like that was a fresh win.
Yeah.
And it's because everybody talk bad about the city of Humboldt. Now, throughout the years, I have fallen in love with the city because I'm a historian by nature. Once I found out the history of the city, then to discover that one of my relatives helped, brought rights for African Americans to vote, man, that stirs something in me. And to see you as a young man, you about what, 25?
Hey, man. Knocking on 40, man.
Man, for real.
But you sure look good. What they say about that black don't crack.
Don't crack.
Black don't crack.
Unless they doing drugs real bad.
Well, unless you on crack.
But man, it felt like a fresh win. I never seen this much energy in Humboldt in years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's been years since I seen this type of push. I think we all ready for change. And then we already got a bigger political situation going on.
Yes, we do.
So people trying to fight like we can't go back to certain spaces anymore. And we can't continue to let things crumble the way they are crumbling. So what, you got money and I don't have money. But there's certain basic needs that we all need to have in order to survive as people. And to see you throwing your hat, man, I'm like immediately, I don't know if I'm a part of your ward. I'm trying to figure out how I can vote legally.
Hey, ain't any war, but I'm voting for it.
I'm voting for. And I'm like, I seen somebody put up under your post like, hey, I'm not in your ward, but I want to put up your sign.
That's right. Yeah.
And I fell asleep. I was going to text the same thing. And I had my phone in my hand. I woke up like, dang, I didn't even send the message.
You're notorious for doing that.
Oh, yeah, I am.
Sign them costs. You ain't got to worry about that.
Bet, man. I'm going to post it up at 6:14.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking about our conversation. Why settle for less? Because you know how we tend to get stuck and we get comfortable in certain places. When it come down, vote for this young man.
If you is
Vote
for
for change, if you ready for change, like
Vote for change,
we're friends on Facebook, but this is my first time interacting with you in person. And I'm like, Darnell, I mean, I know I'm not in your ward, but you,
not even in the city.
I'm not even in the city. Not even in the city. But you have really made a impression on me.
Yeah.
You have, brother, you keep doing what you're doing. Continue to allow God to order your steps.
Yeah.
And even, when you have them moments when you doubt yourself, which we know they ain't nothing but the devil.
That's
what
right.
is I'm going to holler if I have to, right? Keep going, which I mean, like, so you done been through some things in life or whatever. You know who God is. Like, you are God's child, and can't nobody touch you because you can do all things through Jesus Christ, right?
Hold on. Yeah.
And stuff. So I name it and claim it in Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Ward 2.
Ward 2.
Did we see you?
Yes.
Mr. Nicholas Graves.
Absolutely.
Sr.
Absolutely.
I'm naming and claiming it.
I want to say something because you brought something to the conversation on Facebook. Let me get, because I'll be forgetting that you want to look at you.
Because you getting in the way. I'm looking. I'm finna have a crooked.
Hey, one day we're gonna have. Look, one day I'm gonna have the setup that I would like. You know what I'm saying? That way we can all look at and have cameras on different angles. That way we ain't got to try to focus on this one right here. It's cool. We're gonna get to that point.
I know, because I guess he want me to look at his big head. They gonna be like, Felicia, she was looking sour on her. I'll be like, I'm probably finna have a crook in my neck.
I'm gonna say this, like, a numbers person because you had made a point on Facebook about voting,
Right.
and you said only what 3 people?
Only 3 people on Mitchell Street voted in the election of 2021, and it was one household. The
Oh,
three
wow.
people came out of.
Oh, wow. Humboldt, we need to do better. Humboldt, if you're ready for change, you got to get out and vote, make a difference.
Absolutely, but let me say because we was talking about this before. I think what's the name of Humboldt newspaper?
The Chronicle.
Kira Chronicle.
Okay.
All right. I don't know if it was them or the Trinity Gazette, whoever it was. I had picked up a newspaper and they was talking about the numbers as far as who's registered to vote in particular parties.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, one party had the greatest number as far as registered voters, right?
Yeah.
But the other party voted the most. And I was saying, like, if the people actually that live in this area will actually go out and vote, because those are the ones that making the most complaints. They ain't liking this. They don't feel this way. This is all bad.
You're not doing anything.
But you're not doing anything about it.
Running your mouth.
And you believe the negativeness about, you can't do it because of this, whatever. And this can't happen because of this, whatever. They buy into that lie. That's the reason why I don't fool with TikTok and all that stuff. I listen and kind of deal with it like a grain of salt. When you said only 3 people voted and that was only one household, see, I didn't read that part right there.
Wow.
One household.
This is the issue that I'm gonna talk about us,
Yes.
Go ahead.
blacks, African Americans, whatever we want to call ourselves in these days of time.
Right.
What happens is, I always tell, number one, if you can't complain if you don't vote.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So what I'm saying is, this is what happens. It's not that we're not registered voters. It's we don't vote.
Yep.
And this is the thing about it is, in Ward, this is what happens. Out of 560 some people that was registered to vote in Ward 2, this is just Ward 2 now. Only 164 people voted.
Wow.
Out of 500 and something,
Wow.
a fourth of you voted, but 100% of you complained.
Yeah. Yep.
So my thing about, and if we talking about, okay, it's 5 wards. 95% of the people are gonna vote in Ward 4.
Right.
1, 2, and 3, rarely people show up and vote.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
facts.
Wow.
And you know what 1, 2, and 3 consist of, right?
Oh, yes.
Us.
Us.
Yeah.
But how can we complain
Exactly.
if we ain't vote?
Yep.
Right.
If your voice is in your vote, I don't care how insignificant that you think your vote is significant.
Absolutely.
It makes a,
Right.
that one vote makes a difference.
Right.
Right.
So you have to, if you don't vote, that means I agree and I accept and I'm happy and satisfied with the way things are going right now.
Is my point when I be talking to people about voting.
Exactly.
Because they fell into this lie that it doesn't really matter because whatever happens gonna happen. So when I tell them, I say, well, if you believe that, don't be upset about
Right.
whatever actually happens.
That's right.
You can't get upset about it. Like and this is the thing, man. I don't think when we're talking about our people, because when I said I discovered that a distant relative of mine helped bring voting rights to African Americans in the city of Humboldt.
Right.
When I heard the elder said this man had to live out in the woods for 6 months because they was looking for him
Oh, wow.
to kill him.
Oh, wow.
So you gonna tell me that our people who gave up their life
They're like,
for something that don't matter, it was all a hoax?
Yeah.
And not to tell my relatives, mainly my kids, stay off of Facebook, stay off of
Exactly.
TikTok. some folks doing saying in and everything just to make money, and then passing off as truth and facts.
Right. Right.
Now we got AI. We don't know. I mean, some
You
of that
don't
stuff
know
looking
what's
so real.
and what's not,
Yeah.
because it does look real.
Yeah, like when I'm looking at a person, I gotta look at their hands. You know, yeah,
That's right.
They got 5 fingers.
yeah, because you still don't know, but that's getting so,
Yeah.
good that you can't even
Yeah.
Can't tell.
You know what I'm saying? So like that voting, like I get all passionate about it because I understand now.
Yeah.
I see things clearer now, and those persons who push this narrative like vote don't matter.
It matters stuff.
But you get discouraged though. I mean, although I do vote, but I'll be honest about it. That's just like this election we had last year, the presidential election. You know, we got so hyped up because I'm not even gonna lie. I just really felt in my heart we was finna make history all over again. I'm like, okay, we finna have our first female president, and because we already had the first black president, but now we finna have us a female. And when she didn't win, I'm not gonna lie, it was very discouraging because don't get me wrong, it's not gonna keep me or hinder me from voting the next go round.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, I can see why people throw their hands up sometimes too, because it's like you made preparations to go ahead and exercise your right to vote, only for things not to work out. And I feel like a lot of people look at it sometimes from their perspective that, okay, they already know who they want to put in there in office. You see what I'm saying? But I'm with you guys. Our ancestors lost their lives,
That's right.
got locked up, got mistreated, dogs sicked on them, water, sprayed with water and everything, just to make life just a little bit easier for us. And the least thing we could do is exercise that right and even say thank you for the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that they put in, just to make a difference for us, to make a better world
Right.
for us.
Right.
Because like I said, they are definitely trying to take it back to the 60s, how things used to be.
Yeah.
And us as black people, we need to come together and we need to support each other in a number of ways, not even just the election alone.
That's right.
It would be nice if the whole world could come together, because the devil is definitely busy trying to cause division, which he is causing division. But at the end of the day, like I said, what the devil meant for bad, God meant for good.
That's right.
I think we got to take responsibility
Yeah, we
in
do.
this.
We do.
And you said you felt discouraged. And after the election was over, I had a conversation with several people, mostly black males. And I had talked to some women. A lot of them didn't vote. And that's what it goes. It's a numbers game.
Yes, it is.
And now, what's scary to me is that now we introduce, electronics into the thing, how they can play with the numbers. Now that's scary to me.
That's very
And that's
scary.
something that's alarming.
It is.
Because now new information is coming out. It's got you scratching your head for those who are paying attention. Now for those who ain't, they ain't looking at it. But
Right.
it's a numbers game. If
It is.
out of all my friends that I consider close, I think it was only 3 of them that voted. That was you, my best friend in Memphis, which is funny because that's her cousin. And I was close with both of them before I even know they was related.
Right.
Then another friend of mine, that was it. And it's sad
Yeah.
that we don't take the time out to do what to do, and it's discouraging for us who actually have the passion.
Right.
And Nick, I'm excited, man, that you understood the timing. There's a scripture in the Bible that said, I can't think of the name of these men, they understood the times.
Yeah.
And you seeing this is the right time.
Yeah.
And man, Humble is buzzing right now.
Yeah.
Buzzing like on all ends, from all racial perspectives, because everybody knows, hey, we know what ugly look like.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And we're living in ugly.
Ugly, yes.
We are.
But there's got to be something better,
It is.
and that we can connect. Maybe Humboldt might be the model small town for the rest of America to see
Right.
how we can move forward from whatever past situation. Now, you can't change folk hearts,
No, you can't.
but you can set up policy that moves everybody forward. Nick, before we end this conversation, is there anything that you would like to say?
First and foremost, I appreciate y'all for having me on this Sunday afternoon.
Man,
It's
thank
been
you
a blessing
for coming.
just to be here with y'all and be in y'all presence. Y'all bless me more than y'all think y'all know. But for the viewers that tuned in, I hope and pray that y'all got something out of this. Humble. Hey, listen, I already know I always got a trick up my sleeve. September the 7th.
Okay. That's my granddaddy's birthday.
It's a great day.
Yes, it is. It's a
Great
good
day.
day.
Great
Go
minds think
ahead. Keep talking.
September the 7th, we having fun in the park.
Okay.
We're going to be down here at the old Stegall Gymnasium at the
That's
park.
what's up.
All right.
From 3 p.m. all the way to 6 p.m. I'm going to give you enough time to get out of church. It's on a Sunday.
Okay,
Give you
okay.
enough time to get out of church to eat, take a nap, and come back. It ain't going to be that hot in September. Anyway.
Right,
We
right.
know this. So it'll probably be like 80-something degrees.
Okay.
So from 3 to 6 p.m. This for not only Ward 2, this for all wards. This not only for Humboldt, but it's for everybody. This is a kid-friendly event, so you
All
can
right.
bring your kids too. I'm gonna have jumpers out there, which is bouncers. I'm taking it old school, so what we're gonna have out there, we're gonna do the three-legged race. We're gonna do the sack race. We're gonna do the spoons with the egg race. We're gonna do relay races. We're gonna have some basketball shootouts with awards and gifts to give the people that have participated in it. We're gonna have, man, I got a good buddy of mine gonna be giving out some free barbecue, man. I know a lot of people like swine.
Yeah.
You said that magic word. You said free, so I think everybody come
Hey,
back.
we're gonna give out some pulled pork, man. Over 100 sandwiches.
Oh, boy.
Grilled hot dogs, grilled hamburgers. I know the kids like popsicles. We're giving popsicles out. We're gonna have sodas, which is pops, aka pops. We're gonna have juices for the kids. This is going to be a great day. We're going to have a community prayer too, man.
Man, that's
We're
awesome.
going to start it off because
That's
I
awesome.
believe that everything has to begin with God.
Amen.
That's right.
So we're going to have that. We're going to have just a lot of informative things that we're going to bring back that old type of feel.
Yes.
That old type, good music.
Yeah,
we're
you
going to bring
taking
that
it back
old
to how it
type,
used
that
to be.
fun in the
That
sun,
family
fun
feel.
in the park. It's going to
Yeah.
be like a family reunion.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
It's gonna be like a family reunion.
We coming on.
It's for everybody.
Okay.
Whole Gibson County, whole Madison County, everybody that want to come out and participate and just have fun, but also give your input, give your ideas, give your concerns. And I'm gonna be addressing the public, man, with some things that I plan on to bring to fruition with the city of Humboldt, how we are going to work together to make Humboldt a better place, a striving city again, economically and unity.
That's
So
good.
that's what we're going to do. Always, one day at a time, one step at a time. We're going to make Humboldt. They say the boat that don't float.
Yes.
I seen it on a guy fly. He said we're trying to make the boat float.
Amen.
So that's what we're gonna do.
That's what we want.
I got one question. I know you say everything is free, but there might be somebody who wants to donate financially or even food, whatever you need. How can those persons get that to you?
If anybody want to donate to Nicholas D. Gray Sr. for Alderman campaign, you can feel free. My number is all on the internet anyway, so it don't even matter. I don't mind shooting it out there.
Okay.
731-394-9074. You can either text me or you can call me. The number again is 731-394-9074. No donation. It's too small because this is for a good cause.
Amen.
Hey, vote Nick Grace for change.
All right. We want to say thank you to Mr. Nick Grace for coming on tonight, Conversation Podcast. This has been an interesting conversation, and I would like to say, man, this would not be the last time you're gonna be on here. Man, you was inspirational. You preached to us.
Yes, he did.
We got a word. We had church literally.
I didn't make the church, but now I made the church.
Literally, man, like you in church for real, for
Won't he do
real.
it?
Yeah, won't he do it?
You've been a blessing to us as well.
Definitely, man. You spoke so much life
Yes, he
You're transparent, man. Like,
Love it.
and that's what we need.
Yes, we
like
do.
in every
Exactly.
spectrum, whether it's in the church, whether it's on the streets, whether it's in politics, whether it's at the gym.
Yes.
that transparency and that openness moves people, and it attracts people. And what they say, what honey attract flies? I'm not saying we flies.
No, honey attracts bees, baby.
Well, either one. No, bees make honey.
But here we go. I got you.
But
My sugar done dropped.
yeah. Wait, that's the peppermint over on the pastor's table.
Get this sugar back up.
Yeah, but you think of it this, man. I believe your faith kicked it off,
Yeah.
and I'm a church boy, and sometimes I try to push my language in a position where it can be inclusive.
Right.
But right now, this is not the time.
That's right.
When you're oily, you're oily.
Yes, sir.
That's it. No one can take that from you. You're a Bible person.
Yeah.
The original anointing oil was fragrance.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So people didn't know you was anointed just because you had oil on your face, man. It could have been cooking oil.
Yes, sir.
But they knew you was anointed because the fragrance that you carry.
Yeah.
And so the fragrance that you are giving off is permeating Humboldt, man.
Yes, it
And
is.
so I just want to encourage you on tonight as we leave this podcast,
sir.
man, keep pushing.
Amen.
I know it's going to be ugly. Folk going to say stuff, but man, hey, think about the grandmas.
Yeah.
Think about the ancestors.
Right.
Think about your future, which is your children.
That's right.
All right. We love you all, and we will see you the next time around. Peace and out.